I'm Kevin Richards. I farm in Madras, Oregon at Fox Hollow Ranch. We grow hybrid carrot seed, Kentucky bluegrass seed, peppermint oil, wheat, alfalfa, and hay. Well, I grew up on Fox Hollow Ranch starting when my family moved here in 1989. Left for college, and after college left even farther to live on the East Coast. Was in Washington D.C. for about 10 years, where I met my wife, and we both had professional careers back east, but decided when we started a family that we'd rather raise a family on the West Coast in a rural setting, so we moved back to the farm and have been here for about 2 years. I have always been active in 4-H and FFA, and so for me that was a good transition to go from 4-H and FFA as a youth to Farm Bureau once I became a full-time farmer. And then my largest connection with Farm Bureau was as an employee when I worked for American Farm Bureau for 2 years. I was the director of regulatory relations and worked primarily on issues related to biotechnology, environmental services, and a little bit on some international trade issues. You know, a lot of people think of Farm Bureau primarily as an advocacy organization, which it is, of course, but it's also a social organization, and that's a big benefit of young farmer ranchers. Farming can be somewhat of a solitary lifestyle, so Young Farmer Ranchers is a great way to bring young people together that are interested in agriculture and allow them to network a little, to socialize, and to learn from one another. My biggest recommendation for someone interested in farming now is to go out and learn something off the farm, whether it's GPS or computer technology, something like that is really going to give you a comparative advantage. And there's programs like YF&R that can help connect young people with the older generation of farmers who may be looking to transition out. Well, I farm with my father, and of course, it's a great relationship for a number of reasons. I'm able to learn a lot from him, and it really steepens a learning curve for me, and allows me to be a lot more productive and a lot more sophisticated with a lot of the things that I'm doing on the farm. So this farm is now in its second generation, and hopefully it'll be in a third or fourth or fifth generation eventually, but there's no solid plans. I've got 2 young boys that are much too young to make that decision now, but there's always the possibility that they might be interested in coming back and farming one day. Well, I mean, the biggest downside, I think, is just the amount of work that goes into it, but that's hardly a negative when you look at the positives that it brings just in terms of lifestyle. And I just love the ability to learn something new every day, whether it's related to agronomy or technology. And then in terms of being self-employed and being able to operate your own business and use a lot of the skills that I learned growing up and also developed off the farm. So it was kind of a slow realization that this is kind of the ideal place for me and my family to grow.